Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. Sometimes some numbers keep repeating in front of us and we don't understand why. Sometimes these numbers appear to us or repeat in front of us as numbers on a calendar or as the phone number of a friend or a colleague, or the number on a billboard, or number coming up as an event, or a number being discussed as the number of fatalities or the birth of date of a politician on the television, or a license plate of a car, in dreams to events to specific sounds that may come through on the radio station. So there may be various ways that a number comes repeating in front of you, maybe within a span of few days. Then that number has some signification for us, because Srishti or creation or the universe is telling us the importance of the number. Now that number, for example, when it comes on the radio station, could be heard by millions of people, but you don't log into everybody is not logged into the same radio station and will not pay attention to the number and may not see the repetition of the number. Say for example, you start off your day in the morning, and while you're having breakfast, you hear on the television the number 45 is the year of birth of an important person whose date of birth falls on the certain day. And then you start off for work, and then the car in front of you at the signal at the traffic intersection, you find that the number plate is 1945. Then while you're driving on, and then you see a number on the billboard of an advertisement which says that call 1945 some number and register for something, and then when you reach to work, you find that 1945 is the number which has been on the sandwich, or the bill amount $19.45 or something as a bill which is given to you, or 19 rupees and some paise which is given to you, 45 paise rounded off to something else. So these numbers are important, which come to you regularly, and if that number has occurred, the same number has occurred within a day or span of few days, it is a sign for you. Then it is important for you to look out what the number for 1945 represents. For example, if you are looking for a property and to purchase, you are looking for a house to purchase, then see if there is a relation of 1945 to either the registration of a property for the first time, or the building was constructed or the property was constructed in 1945, or 1945 is the date of birth of the person or one of the people who wants you to purchase their property, or 1945 is the year in which some event happened in your family and it's representative of whether that number can that event can occur again. It could also mean that 1945 could be the year of birth of somebody in your family who may be in danger. So look out for some of these repetitions, look out for these signs and see what it could relate to most, and from that you may be able to be a little careful. There is no harm in telling, if your dad was born in 1945, there is no harm in telling your dad to be a little careful and looking out for him, maybe taking him for a medical checkup just to be on the safe side. If you are purchasing property, looking at the date of birth of the people who have offered their property to you. So if there are 4 people who have offered their property to you, if there is even one who has a date of birth or year of birth 1945, then that should ring a bell for you. If you are purchasing a car, and if you are looking at 3-4 second hand cars, used cars, then see if any of the cars has a number 1945 for you. It could either be in imminent danger from that car to avoid, or it could also mean a positive thing that you should go ahead and buy. So then see how does that number relate to the overall addition of the number reduced to a single number relate to various events in your life, whether they have been good events or bad events. If when you add 1945 and you get the number 19, which reduces to 9 and 1, which is 10, which reduces to number 1. So if there has been a number 1 which has been a regular good news bringer for you than 1945. Buying a property of somebody who was born in 1945 or the property was registered in the year 1945 is a good omen for you. But if the number 1 has brought you ill luck in various means, then that particular property has to be avoided or the particular car has to be avoided. That is what the sign could mean for you. So there are various ways that creation or the universe tells you or gives you signs and tries to protect you and also tries to bring more affluence and prosperity for you, to you. So let's look at from an astrological point of view, also numerological point of view, and to an extent from a palmistry point of view also, how seeing repetitive numbers could relate to important events in your life and how you can best use and profit from them and how you can avoid those challenges. Some examples that have been given from Ank Shastra from our ancient texts talks about various yantras which are related to different planets, and so such yantras have been described for each of the planets, whether it is for Jupiter, Moon, Venus, Mercury, Sun, Mars and so on. In fact, there are yantras for the North Node and the South Node, or Rahu and Ketu as well, which are a template of 3 by 3 or 9 numbers, which works out to be a matrix, and each of the numbers of the 9 squares which make up the matrix gives a certain rendition or representation to that square and overall gives the number of the respective planet. So each of these numbers are very, very important. For example, if you look at how the results of spouse or the life partner are given in our astrological manuscripts, let me quote from Parashara, and I quote, "The number of wives will correspond to the number of heavenly bodies aspecting the 7th or the Navamsas passed in the 7th house. There will be a single wife if Leo, Aries or Scorpio rise in Navamsa, or if Mercury and Jupiter join together in the 7th house." Unquote. So various results have been attributed to various numbers in our horoscopes and how they are seen in our lives, corresponding to not only our horoscopes but also to our date of birth and our names. And so repetition of numbers or presence of numbers through the art and science of numerology also plays a very important role. An important shloka goes like this: "Ekadash ke gudvan priya sukh bhagi tatha bhavechar dhan dhanya sutay sahit shitit taneya vigtakshokch," which means, I quote, "If Mars occupies the 11th bhava, then native will be virtuous, happy, courageous, endowed with wealth, grains and sons, and be devoid of sorrow." Unquote. So Mars, which represents Aries, the number 1 sign, and so the number 1, when occupying the 11th bhava, which is also representative of 1 and 1, shows a very strong relationship between the number 1 and results related to number 1. If you look at various other texts, the holy texts as well, for example, what does the Quran say? It says, and I quote, "For you God subjected all that is in heavens and on the earth, all from him, behold. In that are signs for people who reflect." Unquote. So even the Quran talks about all that is reflected in the heavens through signs, and that's why importance of signs and the numbers related to them are important. And we know that each of the sign is given a number. Aries is the first sign, Taurus is the second sign, Gemini is the third sign, Cancer is the fourth sign, and so on. And so the numbers related to these signs are also important, and also the number of the house is also important. For instance, the number 4 relates to our mental peace and domestic happiness and is ruled by moon. Moon represents our mind and the heart and also the mother. And so each of these will be related to what are the placements in the horoscope. The Bible, for example, gives the number 666 as a representation of the devil and hell, whereas it talks about 12, 12, 12 to be believed to signify God and heaven. There are 12 Imams in the Shia stream of the Islamic faith. And the Surah Baqarah goes on to say, and I quote, "And recall when Moses prayed for water for his people, so we said, strike with your staff the stone, and there gushed forth from its 12 springs, and every people knew its watering place. Eat and drink from the provision of Allah, and do not commit abuse on the earth, spreading corruption." Unquote. So the number 12 has been described as given a representation of 12 springs, and we know that the number 12 or the 12th sign represents Pisces and is also moksha bhav. And so moksha is directly connected to the number 12. There are 24 hours in a day, 12 for day and 12 for night. There are 12 months in a year. Buddha had 12 students, and there are 12 kinds of years in the Chinese calendar. Prophet Muhammad was born on the 12th of the Arabic calendar Rabiul Awal. 12 is also the largest number with a single syllable in English. 12 is a composite number, the smallest number with exactly 6 divisors, its divisors being 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Buddhists hold that life is composed of 12 stages which together keep the wheel of life turning, ensnaring all life in a samsaric cyclic form of existence from which it is hard to escape. So throughout history, the importance of number 12 cannot be escaped from. 12 is supposed to be a divine number, whereas 13 the number to be feared, as Jesus had 13 followers, 12 of which were his strong followers, and the 13th was the one who betrayed him. If you look at from a Hindu religion point of view, the number 3 is a very important number. Brahman created the trio Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. There are 9 planets, which is a multiple of 3, 30 degrees to a sign, 360 degrees of the zodiac, 3 trikonas, 3 dusthonas or dusthanas, and 108 number of beads on a rosary, which we use to chant the mantras, which is a multiple of 3. There are 27 nakshatras, which is a multiplication of 3 into 3 into 3. Then the number 4. There are 4 Kendra houses, 4 elements, which is fire, earth, air and water. And the Shodosopchara, which is a multiple of 4 and 4, which is 16, describes as homage to be done at the time of a ritual. Tantra Sara lays down as many as 64 such homages, which is a multiplication of 4 into 4 into 4. The swastika has 4 sides, and then Artha, Dharma, Moksha and Kama, 4 different types of houses. So the number 4 is also very important in our ancient texts as well as in mythology as well as in a number of holy books. Ashwini, the first nakshatra, for instance, has these 4 Chu, Che, Cho and La as the respective sounds or the initial letters for the names to be given to a person born in the nakshatra. Then there are 4 main castes: Brahmin, Vaishya, Kshatriya and Shudra. Parashara has also given details of the association of astrology with palmistry, describing various lines, their lengths, texture, color and also various symbols. Thus, all 3 are related: astrology, numerology and palmistry, and somebody with a good strong control over these arts will be able to combine and relate all these 3 to give more accurate predictions. Parashara says in the Brihad Parashara Hora Shastra, Sulakshana Sucharita api Mandayushya patim Dhigayush Prakruvarnti Pramdaschaya Mudaspadam, which translates to, and I quote, a man with indications of short life will get his longevity prolonged by marrying a woman with auspicious or lucky marks and symbols, unquote. So there are certain remedies which are also being given connected to a long life, short life, bad health, bad omens, bad times, bad dashas and so on. And that's why the usage or the utility of astrology, numerology and palmistry can go a long way in eradicating or reducing some of the ill effects that come in our lives. Varamira says, if the Lagna is an odd number from the sun's Rasi, it is good. If even, it is bad. So, odd numbers generally are being given as good numbers, whereas even numbers have been either related to the females or which is the opposite to the males, or not as good numbers. If you see, the Lagna is represented by the number 3 and the 2 Trikonas by the number 5 and 9. Balbhadra says, and I quote, the mantras for supplementary sacrifice are Mulaya Swaha and Prajapataye Swaha. These 2 main mantras should be recited with fixity of mind for 9 times or 1008 times or 108 times, unquote. So the number 9 has been given a very important place, not only in numerology but astrology as well. There are 9 planets, of which 2 are luminaries, sun and moon, and 2 are shadow planets, which is Rahu and Ketu. If we see, the 9th house is the strongest house for gains and higher learning, and also the house of spirituality, gurus and father. The Hindu Puranas tell us of 9 avatars who have come so far of God Vishnu, starting with Matsya, then Kurma, then Varaha, Narasingha, then Vamana, Parashurama, then Ramachandra, Krishna and Buddha. And the 10th avatar is yet to come. In the Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana of Valmiki, there is an essay on Om Tat Sat, which contains very curious information on the 10 numerals or related to the mystical syllable Om or Om, and is said to be Om Mani Padme Hum, which literally means, oh, the jewel in the lotus. So Sounds have been related to numericals, and there have been auspicious reverberations of the sound related to the divine itself. If you check numerology, for example, the numbers 1 through 9, all numbers are related to single digits, and that's why all the numbers which occur in our lives are all eventually reduced to the numbers 1 through 9, and zeros are dropped. So for example, if the number 14 occurs anywhere in our lives, that number 14 will be added, and 1 and 4 will give you 5. Similarly, 23 will give you 2 plus 3, which is 5. 32 will give you 3 plus 2, which is also 5. Some numerologists also use the master numbers of 11, 22 and 33, which are said to be very, very powerful, rather than reducing them to single digits of 2, 4 and 6. So while single digits are extremely important and represent various energies and thus certain results in our lives, compound numbers which are 2 or even 3 digits in numbers also represent very powerful relations to various attributes of our life. For example, if you look at the specific traits of the number 1, the positive traits are leadership, independence, individualistic person, determination, intelligence, courage and creativity, to name some. Whereas the negative traits would be depression, being egotistical, cold, tactless, hypersensitive, domineering, stubborn and so on. Whereas the traits of the number 2, the positive ones are being peaceful, agreeable, reliable, considerate, understanding, sympathetic, diplomatic, patient, tolerant. Whereas the negative traits of the number 2 are given as being shy, depressed, uninterested, ambitionless, listless, malleable and oversensitive. So each number is also related to some positive and negative traits, which while referring to our date of birth, the number of our names and what signs we represent, will also give us certain qualities. A good example of numerology or the importance of numbers can be seen with reference to various historical dates and events. For example, President Bill Clinton won his re-election on November 5th, 1996, which was his 8th personal day vibration, and the number 8 represents fame, power and fortune. Now, how do you calculate your life path number? The easiest way is to use your unique date of birth and reduce it to a root number. So when you add all the numbers in your date of birth and you reduce it to a single number, that becomes your life path number. This is similar to an astrological sun sign. For example, if your date of birth is 9th March 1970, then you take the 9 for the date of birth, 3 for the month of March, and when you add 1970, 1, 9, 7 and 0, you get 17. Reducing it to a single number, we get 8, and then adding the 8 to 3 represented by March and 9 for the date. In all, we get 11, which again adds to number 2. So 2 becomes your life path number, and the qualities of number 2 will represent various results and situations of your life. Now in numerology, various numbers have been given as corresponding to letters. For example, some refer to number 1 as A, number 2 as related to the letter B, number 3 as related to number C and so on, and number I is given the number 1. However, whatever numerological association you use, when you add up the numbers, you will be given you will get a life path number, you will get a destiny number, and these will regularly come back again and again in your life related to various events. For example, if you are born on the first of the month, then it denotes strong leadership. It also will be a number which gives you the energy for new thoughts, new ideas, creativity, and you will also have the ability to handle challenges and disappointments. However, if you are born on the number 2 or 2nd of the month, you will be more cooperative. You will be the one who will carry on relationships with a lot of energy, and you can become a good spouse, partner, co-worker, and you will not be focused on positions. So your date of birth number is also very, very important. And so these numbers give you various attributes. There have been epicycles which have been also been described in numerology, which means that if your personal year comes to 1, then your approach should be planning, making changes, expanding, and taking action. Whereas if your personal year comes to 2, then your approach should be to wait, to cooperate, and stay in the background rather than to take leadership and to be receptive. If your personal year number, epicycle number comes to 3, then this describes that your approach should be to concentrate on self-improvement and in the joy of living, and to take action accordingly. So each of the number of the month, number of the date of birth, number of the year, each gives you a certain expression. Now when you look at the number 2, and if you're born on either number 2 or 11 of the month or 20th of the month, each of them adds up to or reduced to the number 2. The number 2 and the octaves of 2 have been described as, specifically for 2, as gentle by nature, imaginative, artistic, whereas the number 11 warns against hidden dangers, trials, and treachery from others, whereas number 20 has been called as the number of awakening and also judgment. So these specific numbers have to be looked into. So if there is a repetition of a number, for example, if you see the number 11 regularly appearing in front of you, either in dreams or as terms of numbers in like through cars or flat numbers or numbers which come up in television or advertisements which catch your attention more than other numbers, then the number 11 could be warning against hidden dangers or some trial or treachery which can come from others, or a sign of some difficulties which you will have to contend in the near future. If the number 20 comes up, then it could mean that you need to take a decision. It could be a number of transformation, and there could be a judgment call or justice which is being served, or it's a time for you to make new plans, new purposes, relook at some of the relations that you are going through, relook at the work that you are doing, relook at what you are concentrating on presently, and look at what new things you need to take if you feel that you have been stagnant into any area of your life. So it's a number of awakening. Number 29, which also reduces to 2, on the other hand demonstrates uncertainties and also unreliable friends or some grief which can come upon you. So look at what are the numbers which are regularly appearing in front of you. Each of the number, when reduced to a compound number like 11, 22, 23, will come up with some relation in your life. For example, the number 17 represents peace, but also represents some trial that may come up and you need to be ready for it. So each number which is repetitive and keeps coming in front of you regularly, you will have to look into what it means from a numerology point of view, what it means from an astrological point of view, and how does your name number relate to that number. Many a times we see that film stars change your numbers of their names and add an extra A or R. For example, the film star who recently died, Irfan Khan, had added an extra R in his name Irfan, post which he got a number of successes in his life as well. However, what happens when you do such name changes through an addition of a letter, you may in the short run get some immediate successes also, but if not calculated well, this could also mean some other dangers you bring upon yourself if not looked into at a higher level, at a larger level, at a holistic level. So care should be taken of what actions you take when you see a certain number regularly. So if you see the number 23 regularly, adding some letter to your name so that it comes to 23, because you get more successes on the number 23, could mean that you are unnecessarily experimenting without a deep dive into what the number means for your name as well. And what is also important is from your name, the nakshatra sound, your sign, all should be representative, and then only letters should be added. For repetitive numbers that you see, look out for whether it is the number of a flat of a friend or a manager or a supervisor or a competitor or an enemy, or it is the number of a car of somebody who you could face danger later on. I have known somebody who was regularly seeing the number 1947 repeatedly, and the person came to me and he asked me what this number means, and I tried to give him various signs of what it could mean and asked him to look out for the number. And when this person started to look out for the number, because he was seeing this number regularly in his dreams, and that number was coming up in data, it was coming up in his meetings, I asked him to look out for this number around his immediate self, where he lives, and also in his office. Is the number representative of somebody's ID or somebody's flat or somebody's car? And then he found out that his neighbor had the number 1947 on his car's registration plate, and this person was somebody who used to create a lot of problems for him, and this person was also the one who was regularly damaging his relationship within the society and was conniving behind his back to throw him out of the society and out of his post. If this person had left the society and left the house, then it could have been a big loss for him, and this came as a warning to him, because the number of the car was easier for him to notice than to know of something else. So Srishti or creation has various different means of telling us where to look for through numbers, sometimes through signs. So one should look at what a repetitive number means in our lives and relate it to events in our lives if they have been events related to that number earlier. So if a number recurs regularly in terms of date of birth, travel dates, important promotion dates, accident dates, birth of children, then that number has to be noted. And if that number relates to more auspicious events, then that number can be followed. But if the number relates to some bad results in your life, then that number should be avoided. So, to summarize, various repetitive numbers have very important meanings in our lives, and we should look out for these numbers if such numbers have been occurring in our life, and use them to our advantage and avoid various problems if they are signs for us to be careful of. So friend, this is my analysis of why you should be, or you could be, looking at some numbers repetitively, and how you have to look into the meaning of those repetitive numbers and how you can use them to your advantage, and how to avoid some of the dangers from it. Please like this video, please share this video, and please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my new video is coming. If you are looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until we meet some other time, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.